What is the ceremony for? Explain it to me.
So so the ceremony is really just to say, hey, you know what? This is the woman that I'm gonna be spending the rest of my life with, right?
Right.
And this is my wife.
Right.
Whatever. The ceremony is really to make to make things official. I see where you trying to drive me. No, your eyebrows lit up. I see where you was trying to drive me there.
To make things official to who?
Yes, to both. I see where you was going.
To make things official to who?
To both.
Both and who else?
You're not gonna pigeonhole me, Miles.
Damn, Perk did this?
I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
I always consider that being positive, being confident is a choice.
Right.
Right? Because it's easy to let negative thoughts creep in and for you to go down that spiral and maybe become depressed, become negative, become mean to people and all this other nonsense. Right. Mm-hmm. But when I get up every morning and I go to the park and I talk about being grateful and I talk about these positive things and I try to inspire the guys that are on the lives with me and I answer questions and I talk about game, that's a choice, bro.
Right.
It's an authentic choice every single day. It's like when I go to sleep, I leave this earth, my soul gets to leave this earth and reset and come back. And then I get the opportunity to have a pure standpoint to make the choice to be Miles Cunningham yet again in this day. You see what I'm saying? And that's the way I look at my life in general. And that's the way I look at loving a woman, where I want it to be a choice every single time. There's a mid-level and I think there's a deeper level to everything. Right. So what I would charge is that a PUA gives you surface level tactics, not strategies, but tactics that you can try to implement to relate to a woman, surface level. So from what I've heard, like from guys like Mystery back in the day, PUAs like that, they'll do what's called negging, right? So that, I think, if I remember correctly, that means that you give a woman a compliment, but you say something playfully negative to kind of make her, to provoke some type of emotional reaction so she engages with you, right? And then they have stuff called kino, which is like touching, which is a certain technique on how to touch a woman to establish some type of physical connection between you and that female. And then they have like, different phrases like, closing the deal and things like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like certain different things that they say, but a lot of it is just surface level, where what happens is you have guys that will listen to a PUA and just try to repeat the steps of these tactics verbatim, right? And the reason why it's surface level is because you are using the tactics given to you by a man who is not you. You understand? So therefore, there's a authenticity that is missing from what you actually do when you're interacting with the female, when you're meeting women, right? So what happens is you do what's called talking at women instead of talking to women, right? So, and that's why, so the PUA stuff is surface level, because it's just a bunch of guys going around just like exercising these simple tactics that don't really speak to who they are as men. And it doesn't really give them a chance to explore their identity and utilize it as a part of how they respond and interact with females, right? So that's PUA stuff. It's surface level stuff. Now, mind you, look, any attempt to relate to the opposite sex so you can get whatever it is you want, if you're looking for a girlfriend, you're looking for whatever you're doing, I don't really shun it, and I don't like hate on it, and I don't say anything. I try not to be too negative about it, right? Because if you're out there trying, then so be it, bro. You out there trying, right? At least you're out there doing something to get something started, to get you closer to whatever goals that you have, right? So I can't totally knock it, right? However, the fact that you are not being authentic, the fact that you're talking at a woman and you're not talking to a woman, the fact that you're following some type of script where you're not being authentic, that leaves a lot to be desired. Because here's the thing. We all know that how you start is how you finish. So if we start out saying the words from another man and that hooks her in, then ultimately, that means you didn't hook her in with your personality. You didn't hook her in with your identity. You didn't hook her in with authenticity. You hooked her into something that you heard. You didn't hook her into something that you are. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. I think dating coaches go a little bit deeper, where they coach you and they give you a little bit more a little bit more basis and a little bit more reference on your own confidence. So with that confidence, you're able to be a little bit more authentic. You're able to say the things that you want to say. You're able to do the things that you want to do. You're able to actually be. You understand? Not just do, but you're actually able to be something and someone while you're interacting with these females. So if you say something authentic and you hook a woman in, that means she's actually hooked on you. So so you're starting closer to where you really want to be. Because if you end up getting in, because let's be clear, every time you have sex with a woman, there's a possibility of getting her pregnant. You understand? Whether you use a condom or not, there's always a possibility of getting a woman pregnant, right? So you would rather be with a woman that at least got hooked in because of something authentic that you exhibited when you met her. You see what I'm saying? So how you start is how you finish. You want to start from a place of authenticity. You want to start from a place where a woman recognizes something unique about you, your personality, your identity. And I think that's where dating coaches come in, because dating coaches spend a little bit more time giving, their clients basis in confidence and identity and being comfortable in their own skin, so they can actually represent themselves better when they're interacting with females.
You mentioned authenticity, and I kind of want to harp on that, because going back to game, and I've had conversations within friends of mine in the travel community, and we go back and forth, and it's about lines. And I'm glad that you made the distinction between the PUA and the dating coach. But the term game, I think that the term game, people who don't fully understand it think that it's some sort of manipulation tactic. And
right.
I don't think, me personally, I don't think that's what it is.
Right.
I think that it's about having, I think it's about having a witty mouthpiece when you're talking to a woman, right? So usually, like, if a woman says something, and some guys will get caught off guard, and like you said, like, they'll start like stuttering and all that stuff, right? But if you have like a witty comeback, like, let's say, like, for an example, a guy ends up approaching a woman, and the woman is like, the woman says, "Oh, well, you can't be trying to approach me wearing that." And he could be like, "Oh, you caught that, man, but look at your forehead." He laughing and smiling, right? And she like, "Oh, okay." He quick to clap back. So smiles at it, like, and that's witty. Not like saying like, "Oh, yo, bitch, fuck you." No, that's not what I'm saying. But like, you slick with it.
Yeah.
And I think like that is game to me. I don't think that there's any manipulation in that. I just think that it's being able to be quick-witted. It's also being able to be in control, also. Not controlling, but be in control. But the question is not for me, it's for you. So what say you about that?
So basically, with the definition of game?
Yes, correct.
Okay, well, first of all, let me say this, right? If you go to masculineidentitymembership.com, and you sign up. We have a documentary called Game Kings, The Definition of Game. And once you're on the membership, you can stream that documentary at any given time. You can also stream that documentary at the Bad Boy membership. So you can go to badboymembership.com. And that's a membership that is curated by Mr. Lucario. Again, shout out to the big homie, Mr. Lucario. And also, real quick, shout out to April MC in the chat, man, for putting the links in there, man. She got the links to my soap, man. She got the links to the PayPal and all that cool stuff. So make sure y'all check those links out. But as I was saying,
let me pin that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Yeah, as I was saying, so we actually did a documentary defining game, and the documentary features Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud Bitter Dose, Steve the Dean, myself, Mr. Lucario, and Eddie Fuse. You see what I'm saying? And we all give a really good explanation on what game is from different perspectives. But what I would surmise that game is information and strategic knowledge, wisdom, experience that allows you to negotiate whatever it is you want in this life. You understand? Whatever it is you want in this life. And I think it's sad that so many people come into the conversation thinking that game is so marginalized to dealing with women. You see what I'm saying? Game is everything. Game is life. Game is your ability to talk to your boss to get a raise. Game is the ability to talk to the bouncer at the club so you could get in the club. Game is the ability to, talk to your landlord to give you another couple days to pay them the rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, game is your ability to talk to a woman to get her to buy you a drink at the bar. Game is your ability to holler at a chick and, get her to have to sleep with you the same night. You understand? The game is the fact that I'm wearing a green, a green and black shirt, and I got a green background in the back. So my frame looks coordinated. You understand what I'm saying? Game is all things. Game is your wardrobe. Game is the way that you talk, the way that you articulate your vocabulary. Game is your grooming, right? Game is like, I use my own soap and then I use shea butter. That's why my skin be glistening like this. That's game. You see what I'm saying? It's all things. The fact that people try to like relegate it to dealing with women is actually very sad, because what they don't realize is that it's so much more than that. You understand? And putting it all on dealing with women, you're really shortchanging what game really is. You understand? And you actually pedestalize women by doing that. And that's what a lot of guys don't understand.